Hello, welcome back to another reading vlog. My name is Chris and I love all genres, but right now I am in such a romantasy kick and I am craving a little bit of a popcorn thriller. So in this reading vlog, we are going to be reading a couple popcorn thrillers for one new release, which is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I am so excited to read this book. I've heard nothing but great things. And I loved One Dark Window. So I am so happy to have this beautiful, beautiful book in my hands. And I just cannot wait to dive in. So we're going to be reading it in this vlog to see if it is that good. I'll read a little bit from the synopsis. I'm always scared to spoil anything. So I want to read straight from the source. Sybil Delling has spent 9 years dreaming of having no dreams at all. Like the other founding girls who traded a decade of service for a home in a great cathedral, Sybil is a diviner. In her dreams, she receives visions from 6 unearthly figures known as the Omens. From them, she can predict terrible things before they occur, and lords and common folk alike travel across the Stone Waters kingdoms to learn their futures by her dreams. As she and her sister diviners near the end of their service, a mysterious knight arrives at the cathedral. Rude and devilishly handsome, the knight Roderick has no respect for Sybil's visions, but when Sybil's fellow diviners begin to vanish one by one, she has no choice but to seek his help in finding them. And as much as she'd rather avoid Roderick's dark eyes and sharp tongue, only a heretic can defeat a god. It's gothic, mysterious, oh my god, and the plot just sounds so good, so I cannot wait to start this one. The other book that I just received, because I just hear so many good things, and since I'm in my romantasy kick right now, I said why not, let's dive into it. So we're going to be reading A Fate Inked in Blood, and this is by Danielle Jensen. I love anything that has to do with medieval times, like the show The Last Kingdom, The Witcher, and also the show Vikings, and I hear this is what that is giving, and I love all those shows. And I just got this on audio on my Libby app as well, so now's the perfect time. I did read the first chapter, and already the first chapter was giving me all the feels I was craving. So I just love when a book from the first line just grabs your attention. That scratches a certain itch in my brain that I just will always love. I'll tell you a little bit. Found in an unwanted marriage, Freya spends her days gutting fish, but dreams of becoming a warrior and putting an axe in her boorish husband's back. Freya's dreams abruptly become reality when her husband betrays her, landing her in a fight to the death against his son, Bjorn. To survive, Freya is forced to reveal her deepest secret. She possesses a drop of goddess's blood, which makes her a shield maiden, with magic capable of repelling any attack. Such a magic would unite the fractured nation of Scotland beneath the one who controls the shield maiden's fate. Believing he's destined to rule Scotland as king, binds Freya with a blood oath and orders Bjorn to protect her from their enemies. Desperate to prove her strength, Freya must train to fight and learn to control her magic, all while facing perilous tests set by the gods. The greatest test of all, however, resisting her forbidden attraction to Bjorn. If Freya succumbs to her lust for the charming and fierce warrior, she risks not having her own destiny, but the fate of all the people she swore to protect. Just give me all of this, so definitely gonna jump into that. For our popcorn thrillers, Phantom Limb by Lucinda The Guilty One by Kiersten Modglin. I have a friend on Instagram that was raving about this book, and I was like, okay, I love the Arrangement series, so I dove into this one, and this is available on Hoopla. I think all her books are available on Hoopla and Kindle Unlimited, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, I feel like she does popcorn thrillers so well. So I will be diving into these two. And from what I can understand, Phantom Limb is about twins that had a really rough childhood, and now one of the sisters has passed away, and the sister that is still alive is in a mental institution, and she has no idea how she got there, and we're just following her story. And then The Guilty One by Kiersten Modglin. This one is about a wife that gets a phone call stating that her husband has gotten into a bad car crash, but when she gets to the police station, she doesn't recognize the man that's on the table. So this just sounds so good. And like I said, I try to go into my books fairly blind. I only read the synopsis to the point where I'm intrigued. I want to be surprised. So those are the two popcorn thrillers. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the vlog. I wanted to give you guys a little update. And I'm sorry I didn't really update throughout this book, but I've just been so busy. This was such a short, straight to the point really good popcorn thriller that it's one of those when you're just in the mood for something really twisty, quick, and grab your attention. This is the perfect book. I was literally I didn't think this book was gonna get that dark. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And oh my gosh, I just had such a good time. I rated it 4.5 stars. I've read 5 books from Kiersten Modglin and the Arrangement series. The Arrangement, the Atonement, and the something else, the third book. The first two, the first one I rated 5 stars. It was incredible. Like, what a great, twisty, freaking mind blown of a popcorn thriller. And then the second one was good too. Not as good as the first, but it was still just like really, really good. And the third one fell a little flat for me. I feel like we didn't really need it. But this one is just as good as like how I felt with like the first one. And oh my gosh, I was just like, what? It was so twisty. I think she's like the queen of popcorn thriller. Her other books that I have been like I read, I feel like they're so much fun. They're so much fun, and they make you sit there and you're like, what? And the audiobooks are so good. I loved it. 4.5 star. It didn't quite hit that 5-star mark for me because towards the middle it was a little slow for me. But man, so good. What a great time. Also, I did finish Phantom Limb by Lucinda Berry. For me, Lucinda Berry is a hit or miss. She is a very dark author, and I like dark, but her kind of dark is like traumatic, traumatizing, a lot of triggers, and you know, I don't mind that. I'm pretty good with when it comes to triggers. There's rarely any triggers that I don't mind, but they're kind of just depressing. That's what it is. I feel like it's just depressing instead of it being like entertaining. Now, the book that I read in my last vlog, 1 and 4, I love that. That was more like on a thriller. Like that felt more of a thriller than a drama. That's what I would like consider her books, like more so of like a drama, a dark drama, like a drama show, drama, whatever. So, and that's not kind of what I really like. I like twisty thrillers. I want to be thrilled, not sad and depressed. So, you know, it's a hit or miss when it comes to her because I love her as an author. I think she's very talented. It's just a preference for me. So I'm just trying to get through her, you know, her books and get a more of a feel. This one was okay. Didn't expect the twist at the end, but like I said, I don't know, it was just her in this psych ward the whole time, and I was just like, I was kind of getting like bored. So I did rate it a 3-star. It was okay. It just wasn't my cup of tea. I love that she expresses important discussions about mental health and traumas and you know, these dark issues that are real life stuff, you know, so I do appreciate that. But, you know, I just gotta be in the mood for her. I think that's just what it is. I just have to be in the mood for her. Now, I think I'm gonna dive into Fate Inked in Blood. I just got this in the mail. I actually just got it on audio today, so I was like, oh my god, what are the odds? I get this book in mail yesterday, and I got the audio today on my Libby. So I said, it's the perfect time, and I've just heard nothing but good things about this duology, and the second one just came out. So I don't have to wait for another book to come out. It's already out, so I could jump into book 2 if I wanted to. All those romantasy girls, now I get it. So yeah, I'm just trying to go with what I'm feeling, and this is exactly what I'm feeling. So I feel like I'm gonna immerse read this within the couple of days, and I'll give you an update when I have some thoughts. This is how you start a book. I just read the first paragraph of A Fate Inked in Blood, and this is how you do it. This is how you sell someone a book. It says, my mother taught me many skills to ensure I'd make a good wife to my husband. How to cook and clean, how to weave and sew, where to hunt and gather. She'd have been better off teaching me the restraint needed not to stab said husband when he proved himself a short-witted drunkard with an acid tongue. Oh my god, I fucking love that. I know I'm gonna love this book. give me a good for her female empowerment book and I will devour it. To give you guys a little update on Fate Inked in Blood. I am loving this so far. I love how witty our main character is, and her name is Freya. And I just love how strong-willed she is, how freaking resilient. And I'm loving her banter and being in her head. This is really giving me The Last Kingdom. And we just got introduced to Bjorn. And this is supposed to be the love interest, and I'm just envisioning Uhtred from The Last Kingdom. I'm obsessed with that man. Oh my god, that is one of my absolute favorite Viking medieval shows. If you like that kind of stuff, I highly recommend watching it. It's on Netflix. Oh my god, I cried like a baby at the end. But Uhtred, so fine, and that's like who I'm envisioning. But yeah, so far I'm still fairly in the beginning, liking the writing style. I'm just really enjoying following our female main character. I'll update you guys when I have more thoughts. I have to get into work soon, so I'm just reading a few pages before I have to go in, and then I will update you guys later. I am almost done with this book, and I am devouring it. I'm loving it. The way that Bjorn protects Freya is so fucking cute. He is all man. And the steamy scenes are so good. Oh my god. Five stars. That's all I have to say. I have to get book 2 immediately. Morning vlog. So I wanted to update you. It's Memorial weekend and I was being super lazy all weekend, and my kids were home, my hubby was home, so I couldn't really update you guys, but I did finish A Fate Inked in Blood, and oh my gosh, that was so good. It was such a good book. I had such a good time. My first update, it gave me exactly like The Last Kingdom to the T. Like, I envisioned this show, but with it, you know, obviously a different plot and having a female main character as the main character. And the love interest in that book, his name was Bjorn. I envisioned Uhtred the whole time. I envisioned this handsome, beautiful man. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with him. I envisioned Uhtred the whole time. The banter with the female main character, with Freya and Bjorn, I loved their connection. Like, I felt the connection. I loved the banter. I loved like the commentary. Freya was such a fun character to follow. She was funny, she was witty, she was strong, she had a high temper, she was just very fierce, and I freaking loved following her. And just the plot was so good. It left the ending of the book had me so surprised, so shocked by that ending, that I immediately had to buy book 2. I had to buy book 2. So unfortunately, since I have the paperback, I could get the hardcover in the store physically, but that's gonna drive me crazy having a paperback and then the second book being the hardcover. Hell no. I have to get the paperback. So I did order that online. Unfortunately, I have to wait a little while. So maybe that one will be in the next vlog, because it's not gonna get here in time, unfortunately. Oh, I'm so mad at that. So I did rate that a 5-star. Man, the hype around that book was so real, so real. So after I finished Fate Inked in Blood, I did jump into our last book of the vlog. I did start The Night in the Moth by Rachel Gillig, and I'm enjoying this. I'm about 50% in. I do have the audiobook as well, because with fantasy, I feel like the best way to go in is with an audio along with the physical. It just helps me absorb the information much better, especially for me, because I'm still a beginner at fantasy. It's more fun. It's just more fun, and I just absorb this information so much better with the physical book, reading with my eyes along with hearing it, and it just transports me to this world. So I have a great time with that. So that's what I've been doing. Like I said, I'm about 50% in, and I am enjoying it. I feel like I'm not connecting so much with the love interest right now. I mean, obviously I'm only 50% in. We still have time to like grab those connections, but I feel like I should have had somewhat of a connection already with the love interest and our main character. Her name is Six. She is part of 6 women that are diviners. What a diviner is, they pretty much go into this sacred water. They have to be drowned in this water with the blood on their lips of the person that they're trying to pretty much have these visions. Yeah, so it's a spring that they have to be drowned in, and it is a holy and magical spring, Ashling Cathedral, and this is where they live. This is all they've ever known since they were, I think, like 9 years old, and they become diviners for 10 years, but we don't know what happens after that 10 years is up, and their 10 years is almost up. So they go into this water, drown first, and then they dream. And their dream is pretty much foretelling if whoever they're doing it for is gonna have good fortune or bad fortune. So they have visions while they're in this dream state. And one thing I do like is the way Rachel Gillig explains this dream world. It sounds so like gothic and mind-bending, and I envisioned that so much, and it just tells you how great this author's writing really is, because I just loved like being in the dream world when they first introduced it, especially the part when the moth goes on her eyes. Oh my gosh, like if you're reading the book, you'll know what I mean. That part, oh, it was so good. I was eating that part up, and it was just so like eerie. Oh, I loved it. So I really like the way the author explains everything and her writing style. But like I said, I'm just at this moment, I'm not connecting so much with the love interests. All of the diviners, they don't remember who they were before becoming a diviner, except for Six holds on to who she used to be, and she's constantly reminding herself of, you know, who she is and what her real name is, but no one knows their names. They're very mysterious, these diviners. A lot of people are so curious about them because of these abilities that they have. They don't allow the diviners outside of the cathedral because for their own protection, or so they say. So we're following them in their journey. These diviners start missing. Now Six feels like she owes it to her sisters, because they feel like, you know, they're a unit, they're sisters, and she feels that it's up to her to uncover what the heck is going on in the cathedral. And so, you know, we're starting to uncover some secrets and stuff. So I am enjoying the story so far. I like where it's going, and the mystery of like what's happening to the diviners, what's really going on in the cathedral. My favorite part of this book right now is the gargoyle, because there are gargoyles on the cathedral's property that what you would think a gargoyle would look like, but they all have different characteristics. So one of the gargoyles that is always around Six, he is so funny and he's so gullible. He doesn't really understand certain like lingos and slang, so he's like butchering all of the slangs and stuff, and he's just very gullible, and he's so funny, and it's so cute, and he's such a great part of the book. And like most of all his commentary makes me laugh and giggle, and it's just making my experience so much better. But right now he's my favorite character because I'm not really connecting to Six. I mean, I like her, it's not like I don't like her, and the knights and stuff, I don't know, I'm not feeling that connection feeling. The only one I'm connecting with is with the gargoyle. So that's a little update right now. I will finish this book today and I will update you guys. I am gonna run some errands and then I'm going to go to a coffee shop and just enjoy this beautiful day, and I will update you in the next update. All right, I finished The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, and I have thoughts. So this was definitely a 5-star prediction. I heard nothing of good things, and I have to say this book was good. You know, it definitely, Rachel Gillig knows how to set the environment, set the atmosphere. She sets the mood for this gothic and eerie environment, and I love that. Her writing style is very well done. I can envision everything. I enjoyed that about the book. I felt like when we were in this dreamlike state that the diviners were in, I just felt like I was in that dreamlike state. And I really enjoyed that. But what fell a little flat for me, I don't know, for some reason I just was not connecting with the characters. I feel like my main character, Sybil, which is Six in the cathedral, she was a great female main character. You know, like she was very strong-willed. She was a good character. I just don't know why I wasn't connecting with her. So if you have some thoughts, if you felt like you weren't connecting with the characters in this book, can you please let me know below, because I just can't grasp why I couldn't connect with these characters. I did feel like the romance aspect was, I don't know about insta love, but it just felt fake. I don't know. I didn't feel that yearning. I didn't feel that slow burn. I didn't feel the tension between them. I liked Rory as the love interest. I enjoyed him. I liked his persona. I liked how, like, you know, forward he was. I like how strong, you know, a strong male character. I just loved it. But I don't know, I feel like the banter was just a little like too aggressive, I think. Like some of the banter was good, but some of it was a little too like, okay, that's a little like like too much, you know? Like, I don't know. I like strong banter, but this was a little too aggressive in my opinion, to the point where it was just like rude a little bit versus like cutesy. I don't know. I just can't pinpoint it, but I just was not connecting with the characters. The only freaking character I was connecting with was the gargoyle. He was so funny. I was literally every time he had something to say, I was giggling. Because he was just so like innocent. One of the things he says, this was so cute. It says, "We both looked over our shoulders. The gargoyle had taken Fig by her lead, his face close to her muzzle as he lectured her. Never trust anything written in rhyme, Bartholomew. It is trickery, a pretty falsehood. That is something I intend to tell everyone when I pen my own book of tales. Firstly, of course, I must learn to read and write." Like, he's so cute. Like, the innocence of him. And he thinks like he knows so much. And he calls everyone Bartholomew. Gave the book an extra touch that I just really love. Gargoyle really connected with Six, or Sybil. And he was just like her familiar, pretty much. Like, he was just, he felt like he needed to protect her, and he was always there to help her. A great character in the book. He really made the book for me. Another thing that was kind of grinding my gears while reading this book was the word ignoble. Rachel Gillig used that word ignoble, I want to say like 50 plus times in the book, and it was driving me kind of berserk. Like, every other sentence was, "This is not ignoble, this is not ignoble," and I was like, oh my god, can we use another word, please? I really liked learning more about the omens and you know, how the diviners came to be. I liked that aspect of the story. I think the ending it felt a little rushed for me too. I felt a little rushed. Me not connecting fully with the story or the characters, and just little things. I'm not sure. Maybe I just had too high expectations, but I did rate this a 3.75 star. I was kind of battling between a 4 and a 3.75 star, but I have to say the 3.75 star feels more right. I'm hoping that that's just an introduction. Like, I hope, you know, the second book to this duology will, I will connect more with the story. And I would love to know your thoughts. If you have read this book, please leave them below. For the other book that we finished in this vlog was A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle Jensen. And the hype was absolutely correct with this book. I freaking loved it. I rated it a 5 star. I devoured this book. I feel like this is definitely, if the people that don't like this book, I can see why. If you don't like medieval settings, like in movies, shows, books, you're probably not gonna like this, because this is absolutely 1000% medieval times, Vikings, you know, that kind of setting. And I love that. I love that. Like, that is such a comfort show or trope for me. So like I said, I was envisioning the show The Last Kingdom the whole time, and it just heightened my experience. Female main character, fucking badass. She is like everything I love. There were some points where I was like, girl, stop playing. You're too much right now. You're too much, because you're getting people, you know, in trouble, and you're letting your feelings ruin your cover and ruin what you're trying to do. But the ending, oh, book 2 is on its way, and I can't wait to dive into it. So stay tuned for that reading vlog, because I cannot wait to dive into book 2. This was so good. 5 stars. If you, like I said, if you like those tropes in a book, you will love this freaking book. I love the magical elements in the book as well. It gave me everything. It gave me everything I wanted. So, oh, I loved it. And the last book that we read in this vlog was The Guilty One by Kiersten, Modglin, which is a popcorn thriller. And this was definitely a great read too, and I rated it a 4.5 star. It is quick, straight to the point. Everything you think a popcorn thriller is, this had it. The twist, my jaw was literally on the floor. I was like, what? And I did not expect it to get that dark. I just did not. And check your triggers for this one, but I think honestly, Kiersten Modglin is a better popcorn thriller author than Freida McFadden. So if you feel like you're kind of drifting from Freida McFadden like me, I'm kind of drifting off of her, and I'm just not like vibing with her books as much, check Kiersten Modglin out, because I think you will not be disappointed. It was a very fast read, thoroughly entertaining throughout, and it just kept you guessing. You're just like, why, how, and just the secrets that arise. Oh my gosh, it was just so good. It was so good. I highly recommend it. I got it on my Hoopla app, so check yours. But Kiersten Modglin, most of her books are in Kindle Unlimited, so you may have it on there as well. But definitely highly recommend, because the Arrangement series by her as well, amazing, so good. Well, those are the books that we read in this vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have read any of these books, please let me know your thoughts. Like the video, please like it and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it, and I hope you have a beautiful day.